Who am I supposed to trust when everyone sees me as a means to their ends? Where am I supposed to go when I don't exist? How do I know where I belong when I don't even know who I am? I have no real name. I'm just a number to them, a weapon, a pawn in a war I don't want to be involved in. Division M and the Prime Syndicate are two sides of the same coin. They exist because of each other. I exist because of them. I was supposed to be a solution, a way towards peace. But I'm just another problem, a liability, a mistake. I have more enemies than I can count. What am I supposed to do? I can't do this alone. I need friends.
Woohoo! Yes! Yes! Hello everyone to another episode of A Drink with Brink, where I talk with other indie creators about their lives and their books and their campaigns, because people often invite me to their shows and give me time on their channel, and I appreciate it, and I want to do something in return for this amazing community. Okay, guys. An extra episode today, so we'll have another one tomorrow, but this one is extra because my guest, if you can get this guest, you can't say no. It's just, you can't say no, guys. So welcome. I'm very excited. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Let's see who is here. Mike is here. Hello, Mike. Dave, a belated happy anniversary to you and your lady, whom I don't know, but she is awesome because she's with you and you're awesome. So cheers and drink to you both. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mike. Yeah. We've been together now for 22 years, and she was my first love. And we're still together. And yeah, she has a lot to put up with me, with my dreams and comic books everywhere, like boxes and conventions, but she tolerates everything because she's awesome. Indeed, she's awesome. David Feed, welcome, David Feed. Welcome. How are you, man? Aardvark, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Back Aquila, InDemand, Indiegogo, back it, guys. Uh, hey, so Iron, welcome. Hello. All the sheriff is in. Looking forward to today's cocktail session. Yes, the Link Meister, so Iron. Cool to see you, man. Let me see. Who else? Who did I miss? If I miss anyone, I'm so sorry, guys. Area Blackness. Welcome, Area. Um, yeah, and we have Barrett. Hey, Barrett. Welcome, Barrett. I want to read more Perfect 10. Yes. Oh, we're still working on Perfect 10. The book was done, guys. You've all heard it. The book was done, and then I had this creative impulse. I wanted to change a little bit. So some pages will be moved over to issue 4, and Pau is now working on new pages. So they're coming in and they're looking magnificent. Guys. I hope to finish this soon because I want to send these books out. Yes. Let me see. Did I see? Who did I see? Did I miss anyone, guys? Oh, good and good brother. Hello. Dave, the quiet storm Brink, and Renee, the bubbly bumblebee Strychalski. Yes, it's it's amazing. And a short black man is also here. Welcome, short black man. Maromi, welcome. A few new names today. That's always awesome. Um, Phantasmagorical. Hey, yeah. Welcome. Yeah. Ooh, a lot of people. Edith. Hey, welcome, Edith. Welcome. Okay, let's just start the show. Let's not keep our guest waiting. You all know her. That's why you are here. We all I love to talk to her. And if you have any questions for her during the stream, just throw them in there, and let's have some fun, guys. Let's have some fun. Okay, I'm trying to do her last name properly. So the last time I kind of butchered it. So I'm doing my best, Irene. Here we go. Welcome to the show, Irene Strychalski. Hi.
You did good. You pronounced it well. It's I don't pronounce it right, so you're fine. So, that was so cool. You have a little clappy intro. That was so sweet.
Yes. Yeah, of course. That's how we do it here, right?
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
So welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm busy. As I mentioned to you before the show, I've got I'm heading to a convention this evening. It's in the next state, and the show's actually tomorrow. But I'm gonna meet up with Frega and Andy Smith and Andy's writer, and we're gonna chill tonight. So it's gonna be fun.
Dennis, yeah.
So a busy week, and Monday I think is the 30-day closeout for Fiendish 2, and then I'm flying to another convention. So it's just all happening at once. But I'm glad I got to come on here right before I had to set out on my adventure.
Yes. I forgot my question. Let's just first I'll remember it. Say hi to Pops. Hello, Pops.
Pops.
Yes, and we have Brian here. Brian, suddenly old. Ooh,
hi. Hi.
Robert Leia. Welcome.
Hi.
Okay, so how long do you need to travel tonight to the convention?
Oh, it's only like 3 hours.
Oh, 3 hours?
Yeah, less than 3 hours.
That's the entire length of my country.
Yeah, driving for 3 hours is like nothing over here.
Yeah, nothing to you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Just, put on a podcast, chill.
Right. So So maybe silly question. Most people know you, but I'm kind of I'm kind of interested how you got into comics. Did you always want to be uh, a comic creator? How did this go?
Oh sure. I mean, no, it's not a silly question or anything. Hold on, I just want to make sure I show my belt. It's been a while since I showed it off. Anyways, let's see. I've always been like the art kid, and I started drawing when I was like 2, and I was the kid in class who was the artist all the time growing up. And I just really like storytelling. I think as a kid, I really like stuff like Dinotopia, just deep world building and really good art. And I latched onto that sort of things. And I started reading manga around like late elementary school because I grew up in Taiwan and manga is everywhere. And when I was 14, that's when I decided I wanted to do comics. And of course,
Right.
nobody thought it was possible. It was like got yelled at a lot for it because you're going to be a failure. Who the hell thinks comics is a reliable income source? You should work for a
Yes.
company, go be a doctor. Asian parents. So, but I basically said, well, I'm going to art school, and otherwise, I'm not doing college at all. So that's how I ended up getting to go to art school. Also, I got a scholarship, which helps, and that's how I ended up in America. Um, because my father's American, but I grew up in Taiwan. But I decided to come to my father's country for college, and I kind of just stayed and worked. And eventually, after college, in college, I studied comics and animation. So I've been bouncing around between comics, animation, and gaming for a few years. And in the past couple of years, I decided, I don't want to work for a company anymore. I want to be independent and do my own thing. And now we're here. That's how Fiendish came about.
Right. Excellent. So what was your first professional thing? The company you worked for?
Oh, let's see. Well, technically, it was an internship. I interned at White Wolf doing concept art for Vampire the Masquerade, which is a game that has never come out. So that's really
Oh
great.
no.
Yeah, because I was thinking I had a mind of getting into concept art for a while. So
Right.
it was either animation or concept art. And because I know there's no money in comics. So the plan was always I'm going to get a stable job working gaming or animation until I can do my own comic. Right. And I had no idea how that was going to happen, but I was like, I'm going to figure it out. And I did. So, never give up on your dreams, kids. So yeah, I interned my internship for White Wolf. Well, technically it was CCP Games at the time, and then afterwards I got one of my professors hooked me up with a short one shot at Marvel. So it was an 11 pager, and I did that before I graduated. Actually, I was a senior in college, and then right before I graduated, I was offered a job painting backgrounds for TV animation. So I took that, and after I graduated, I continued working at that job. So that's sort of my first real art jobs.
Right. So you said TV animation.
Yeah, yeah.
So what kind of animations did you work on?
So I don't know if you guys have it there. It's Americans will know a show called Archer. I painted backgrounds, mostly just backgrounds. So some background design, mostly painting the backgrounds. Is the way Archer is animated. It's like After Effects puppets, and the backgrounds are we outsource to a 3D modeling company that models the backgrounds, and then the background artists kind of paint over the 3D models. They take screenshots of the set pieces, and then we paint over the 3D models. So I was painting over like 3D renders for a couple of years. That was such an interesting job. Yeah, but then at the same studio, I eventually went to do character designs, like sort of
Right.
turnarounds, character designs, and I left, did some other stuff for a few years. Actually, went to work for Marvel because I was like, well, I really want to do comics, and I'm kind of miserable not doing comics. So I thought maybe Marvel was the answer. So I reached. Well, first I jumped from animation to working in games, and then I was still miserable. So I was like, let me give Marvel a shot. I found I was connected to some people at Marvel, so I tried that for a couple years, and they paid me so badly I had to move back to Taiwan and live with my parents. And I realized after a while it just wasn't going to work out. So I went back to, but when I was in Taiwan, that's when I started writing Fiendish. And because I had no money left, I took up animation again. I went back to the Archer studio and I started doing storyboards for a different show. And so for about a year, while working my day job doing storyboards, I was working on Fiendish and getting it ready, drawing chapter 1. And after that, because animation is seasonal, it's like every year is a season. So they it's not really stable. They kind of like put you a hiatus or let you go after a year, and if the show gets renewed, they ask you back. So they let everybody go from the show I worked on. I was like, screw you guys, never going back. So I just focused on Fiendish after that. Yay.
Right. I saw Darkside's here. Darkside, welcome.
Hi.
Darkside. And so Ian is dropping these links. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Fiendish. Yes. Plus your own YouTube channel. Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Soul Iron.
Thank you, Soul Iron.
Yeah. So you worked a little while for Marvel. So when you left there to do your own thing, right? It's kind of this huge step. It's uncertain, right? With crowdfunding nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And you also made connections there with Marvel, and we kind of noticed that some people took some issues. Some people from Marvel took issues that you went your own way, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's really funny, isn't it? Well, oh, sorry. Finish your question. I'm sorry.
No, that was basically. I was wondering how this worked, because did you have to disconnect all ties with the comic book industry? So to go your own way.
Right, I see. I don't know if I didn't like farm. I don't really know. It's this weird situation where I'm just doing my thing, and once every few months now, somebody comes out, and either has a problem and freaks out that I'm associating with Comicsgate, or they're just like surprised, because I don't think most people were really following what I was doing. So like my stance is sort of, I mean, I was pretty public about it. Like I posted my YouTube channel on Facebook. None of you guys watched it. If you're following me on Twitter, it's pretty obvious who I've been hanging around. And like, I didn't set out to say, well, I hate Marvel now, I'm going to join Comicsgate. It was sort of a, well, I'm open to wherever my audience is. I put my book on Indiegogo, and before I put my book on Indiegogo, I showed Fiendish to small publishers. Nobody wanted it. It was too manga for them. So don't come at me about, oh my God, you're associating with the wrong people. I gave everybody an equal chance, and I realized that my customers are here, and it just also happens to be a very supportive and great community. And, you know, whatever they've been told that Comicsgate is, that's their perspective. And, you know, there's been some drama. So I know people have an issue with other people in CG, but like, it's, you know, it's unfair to paint the whole movement as based on like, you know, it's often it's like 4 or 5 year old drama, right? So it's kind of silly, and there are people like Mark Brooks are still coming at us about crap that happened like years ago. So I think it's really unfair to I drink out of skulls. That's right. I think it's not really unfair how they treat Comicsgate, because at the end of the day, what we're doing here is just, we're an indie comics movement, and the reality of what Brooks and you know, it's not just Brooks, but there's a few other people. I don't want to name too many people, but everyone knows who they are, and they're they're all working for bigger companies, and they're using that clout to punch down at indies. So like maybe try holding them to account, and then we can talk.
Yeah. So why do you think that is? Why do they lash out to people who just go the wrong way? You know,
I don't
what's the
know if
problem?
it's I don't know if it's specifically people go their own way, because they don't seem to have a problem with like if you go indie but just don't associate with Comicsgate. Like I think the
Mm,
smears that happened early on stuck so bad that Comicsgate is alt right and they're racists, and that stuck so bad. And in America, that's a really egregious accusation. So
mm,
so everyone heard that because again, the people doing the accusation were Marvel editors, and they had the power of media. And they had friends in all these comic book websites writing the news on comic books, so that stuck. And so I think if you go independent, they don't really care until you're Comicsgate, and but not even Comicsgate. They until basically if you're Comicsgate and you're successful, then they flip out. So I find
yes.
that really strange because let's just face it: if you want to go independent and do crowdfunding, CG is the best promotional network to go into. And
Mm,
I don't think we discriminate on basis of politics. It's not like everybody is a right winger. There's several. It's a very diverse area. I think in general we're just really anti-censorship, and we don't like the elitism of the mainstream, right? Like this
right.
whole um, extreme woke culture, which is not normal. Like we think that's really elitist, and just generally not super happy about that. That's the only thing that I feel like this movement agrees on regarding politics. And at the end of the day, it's just about comics. Like it's not about. I know the drama gets the most news because that's what gets focused on, and it's spicy. People like to watch it, but
Yeah.
really, like outside of the drama, it's like one of those things where everyone wants to focus on like the big events that happen, but day to day, what we're doing is we're on like 12-hour draw streams, smoking weed, making comics. It's chill. It's so much fun, and like
Yes.
it's really great. And I've never felt this much love for comics, and people supporting me so much. Like it's it's when I put Fiendish out, I was just looking for someone to please support my independent comic, and all these publishers didn't want to. Didn't know where to go for an audience, and it was people who found my book on Indiegogo. It was the backers and the fans who were like, "Ooh, we want you to make more money, so go on these streams to promote your book." So, like, I think that's really great, and I think that's really positive. And like, that's like they don't. I don't think they want to face that fact that they don't understand it. The
Mm,
detractors of what we're
yes.
doing, but I don't really care what they think anymore. They're always welcome to come watch my streams. Like my channel is really chill. I just promote comics, and um, unless Mark Brooks does something where I have to yell about it,
Yeah.
and there just so many examples, so many places to be where you can see it's just positivity and
Yes.
supporting people. So yeah, that's what I want to be around.
I I think that more and more people are catching on that Comicsgate is just where the fun is and the freedom is for creators and for customers to buy whatever they want to buy. And um, while the mainstream is just they change everything that we used to love. So people need to go somewhere. So they find Comicsgate, right?
Yeah,
It just makes sense. Even the creators, they don't want to deal with all this bullshit.
yeah,
Just yes.
yeah. That's a great way to put it. I don't want to deal with the bullshit, and like I really just I want to make comics. I want to have fun. Like I don't mind some talking shit, and that's fun. But really, I think like when I work for the mainstream, it really annoyed me. Besides from we talk about ultra woke culture, they're changing old properties and
Yeah.
changing it into things that they're not, and we're all generally more and more people are annoyed by that. What annoyed me about working at Marvel was I didn't feel like it was about the art or the comics. It was about like basically kissing up to the company and pleasing people. It wasn't. I was very aware that I had to keep my editors happy, and I wasn't allowed to like say anything against them. And it wasn't just that. Like you want to be professional,
Yes.
obviously, but it was like the whole you want to get in good with them, be their friends, buy them drinks, and this whole weird culture. And like and there were people who would not even talk to me until I worked on certain books or I worked for Marvel. Like it just like
Oh,
before
really?
I worked for Marvel, my work was always the same. But like before I worked for Marvel, didn't care, never replied to my messages, and then after I worked for Marvel, suddenly we're best friends. Like it's all about clout, it's all about kissing ass, and I
Yeah.
hate that. I hate that so much. It's so gross. It's like Hollywood, but I like to there's this is how I like to put it. Animation and comics is like Hollywood, but with uglier people and less money. It's gross.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Um,
I don't like it.
I saw. Oh wait, I saw Marv. Marv is here. The Sin Killer. Welcome, Sin
Hi.
Killer. And oh, Metal Shade. Metal Shade. Excellent. If a publisher said yes to Fiendish, Irene would have made pennies of it. Yes.
I think so too. Right. And but the point is, it's not like I didn't give publishers a chance. I showed my work to Oni. I showed my work to Vault. I didn't officially pitch to Image, but I showed it to somebody who worked for Image, and nobody wanted it. But I have no regrets about not going with them, because right now I keep everything. Like it was always
Yes.
important to me that I kept the rights for everything. And I remember I had one discussion with the company. It's a small company that they went down. They don't exist anymore. But I did have one offer, and the money was good, but wouldn't have kept well, I think I would have kept the rights, but they took a huge cut of it, and that just really annoyed me, because I
Yeah.
want to have complete control, and that's more work, but this is mine. Like I grew
Exactly.
up with manga, and manga works of like the companies also have a big share in the comics, but at the end of the day, like the creator has final say. It's all of the whole manga industry is creator owned comics, so that's what I wanted to do. And so yeah, I'm glad I didn't go with the publisher.
Exactly. But, by the way, Pidima, welcome, Pidima.
Hi.
A huge fan. And Johnny freaking Cage, welcome, Johnny Cage. All right, let's take a look at your campaign at Fiendish.
So
All right.
whenever you want to go.
So here we go. Wow, amazing. Fantastic music, also.
Yeah, it's an artist called Zivia. The credits are at the back of the video. If you saw that,
Yes,
you
I
can
saw.
very kindly let me use his music. So thank you to Zivia. You guys should check him out.
Everything is beautiful about it. Yeah, fantastic.
My goodness.
Okay, look at you go. 1,357 backers. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh my God! Thank you guys. Oh, so much.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we all know this campaign, right? It's we all know Fiendish. It's fantastic.
I
It looks
hope
great.
so. I'm just kidding. Well,
Yeah.
shall I do the pitch in case there's anyone?
Yes,
who
please,
doesn't
please
know?
give us the pitch.
Let me do it. So, Fiendish is my fantasy mystery comic. The story revolves around my main character, Casimir, the pale asshole up there, and his background is his family was attacked. His whole hometown was attacked by some mysterious demons when he was a child, and as far as he knows, he was the sole survivor. So he escaped that massacre. And oh, chat is saying that my mic sounds tinny. I'll fix it. Oh, sorry guys. Hold on.
Oh no.
Oh
I did it
yeah. Oh shit. I'm sorry.
Let's see.
I'll fix it.
Hex Allen, welcome, Hex Allen. Nice to see you. Yeah, excellent.
Okay,
Hex,
there we go.
yeah.
Is that
Hey, this is different.
Yeah. Okay.
FKA 322. This song sounds great with good headphones. Yes.
Yeah. His music is all like, I think he's Belarusian, so his songs are. I mean, I don't understand Belarusian, but I looked at the lyrics, and they're always about like the history of his country because it's a very war torn country, and the culture of Belarus is really cool.
Right. Welcome, Alex. Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, so back to the
Yeah. You
story.
said that this guy was a asshole.
Oh yeah, well he's my main character, so
Right.
of course. Well, no, I wanted to do a main character that wasn't super typical. I mean, in some ways, of course I'm a fan of heroic storytelling and everything, but I wanted to break the tropes a little bit, and my story revolves around, essentially it's this hunt for where these mysterious demons come from. And Casimir's background is his whole hometown was destroyed in a demon attack that came out of nowhere. So I think people would have somebody who went through that would have some personality issues. So that's how I write it.
Right.
Yeah. So Kaz, he escaped his hometown and he grew up elsewhere. And at the beginning of chapter 1, he encounters one of the same demons again. Well, he finds this man murdered in the woods, and he's the only one who knows what murdered the man because he notices some signs that show, oh, it's the demons that I saw when I was a child. So the premise from the start was there's a mysterious murder by a monster, and only one hunter knows what kind of monster it is. So he vows that he's going to find where these creatures came from, what they are, and he sets out on that journey with some other companions. So, and chapter 2 is a continuation of that story.
Wow, excellent. So it's a fantasy setting, right? So you did a lot of world building.
Yes. Yes, I'm very big on world building. It's a mild obsession of mine. So I play a lot of Pathfinder and role-playing games, and so my obsession with it. Well, like I said, when I was little, I was obsessed with things like Dinotopia, and I've always just really liked exploring how structures were built. So I had this making of book for Jurassic Park, and I loved dinosaurs when I was little, so that's why. But I just loved looking into the world building they did for that movie and all the animatronics and the storyboards. So for Fiendish, I decided I would go all out. I would build my own fantasy world. I wanted to do something that wasn't based in just Tolkien, even though like Tolkien also is inspired by Norse mythology, but I want to do it in a different way. I mix it with a lot of Slavic culture and my own take, and a lot of like Turkic Anatolian stuff as well. You'll see as the story goes on. So it's kind of I just mashed all these cultures together, came up with my own thing. Is this like a pagan pantheon? Gods in my world are real, and the magic system is something that I came up with as well. And I built all the races except for human are races that I created and built. I don't have elves or dwarves or anything like that. I wanted to do something original. So
Yes.
I'm really big on the world building, but also I want to present it in a way that isn't just like a lore dump. That's not overwhelming for the readers. And I've been hearing feedback that people like how the world building is presented. They don't feel like it's too much, and that's good because I don't want people. I want it to be something where you can read it casually, but if you want to be a giant nerd about it, you can look like at the back of every book. I have extra pages about, this is what this magic item is. This is like what this race in the book is, because like people in the world, they wouldn't just suddenly stop what they're doing and explain things.
No,
So,
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's just for you to know. So these characters, they live there, so they have their adventures here, and in the background, you can see that there's this entire world. But you
Yeah.
don't need to explain everything.
Yeah, and the thing is, everything is explained, but I don't do it in the story. Either I have extra content at the back of the book, or I have this
Right.
website for Fiendish that is the sort of the world building handbook. So the idea is the comic is the story, and the website is for you to reference if you want any extra information.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and I created a language too.
Okay, the
Yay.
language. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
Da-da-da-da-da.
so how much of a language is it? Can you actually speak it? Is it advanced enough to actually use it?
Yeah, but I don't like actually speak it. It's
No,
because I
yeah,
have the dictionary, and if I have
right.
characters say something in it, I'll translate from the dictionary. So I
Yes.
know how to say a couple of lines because people keep asking me to say things.
No, I'm not going to ask you this because I did it also when I was
Oh.
younger. I made my own language, but I can't speak it, but I wrote it all down.
Yeah. Like, so you reference the like what you
Yes.
wrote, and then you translate it. So yeah.
Yes.
It's not that hard.
Exactly.
It's fun. It's fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that goes into the world building too, because I wanted the world to be immersive, and I didn't want when characters are reading writing or something, like I didn't want it to be just scribbles, and I didn't want it to be English either. So I just came to the conclusion it has to be a constructed real fantasy language. So that's what I did.
Right, and here you have like this gazillion-dollar television show based on the Lord of the Rings that they
Yes.
completely mess up.
Oh God.
With
Yeah.
like 100 writers, and you by yourself are creating this completely new world. So with, yeah, with $1 million, you can just create your own thing. You don't even need that. It's just silly. It's silly.
Oh, if only I had $1 million to do more with this.
Oh,
But
yeah, of
yeah, I don't even feel like the Amazon show is obviously a disappointment, but
Yeah.
it's not. It's not even worth complaining about. Like, of course, just I didn't expect every adaptation to be bad now.
Yes, it's to be expected. I see you have some guests for covers, like
Yeah, this is by Boob Dan, and
yeah,
his name is Dan Plagle, but his handle on Twitter is Boob
yes,
Dan. Yeah, he's all about the melons, in case you can't tell. And it's colored by Billy Basco. They're the team from Goblin Girl, so everyone should check out their book
nice,
as well.
excellent, yeah. And this one is from you?
Yeah, that's well,
Yeah.
the lines and part of the colors are by me, but my colorist, one of my colors, Yvonne, helped me with the color, so we both colored it, and this just got finished. So this is sort of a limited cover that I will make available whenever I'm on Red Valkyrie's channel, because they're friends of mine, and Shay from Red Valkyrie contributed like a cosplay print for the Secret Tears, so
Wow.
I did
Yeah.
this in return for them.
Wow. Fantastic. So who's this character?
Oh, that's Ragna. She's she's part of the team. The way my story is structured is Casimir is the main character, but I have 4 core protagonists. So it's Casimir, Iskul, his friend and cousin, the kind of younger redheaded boy, Yomi, who's the purple skin and black eyed girl, and then Ragna, her. And they're the core group that sets out on this journey to find out like what are these demons, and they carry through. They're like the main driving force for the rest of the story, basically. And she's kind of a love interest, except her and Casimir both have terrible personalities, so they fight all the time. It's I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a very special way of writing romance and relationships.
Yes, you do everything, right? You do the writing, you do the art, you do the colors, you do everything.
I don't do the color. Oh, I color the covers. I don't color the interiors.
Oh, you don't color it. Okay.
Yeah. I have a few colorists helping me here and there. But yeah, I do the writing to the inks. I'm a control freak. I can't help it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It looks beautiful. So you knew beforehand that you wanted to make your own fantasy comic. That was the genre you were going with.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. It was weird because I think I was sort of actually known as a sci-fi person before I did fantasy, but before I did Fiendish, I mean, but it's not necessarily true. It's just that I'm a really big Ghost in the Shell fan, and I like stuff like Ender's Game, and I like Dune. But like Dune to me is, well, I feel like sci-fi is a subgenre of fantasy, and Dune is like really fantasy feeling because it's basically medieval family drama with magic but in space, and the magic is explained by technology. And I'm also a really big fan of some fantasy anime like Guardian the Sacred Spirit that people just don't know that much about, and I like Tolkien. I'm a fan of George R.R. Martin, so I decided to make my comic a fantasy, but the way I write my world, it is like kind of scientific because the magic isn't just, well, it manifests for like ambiguous reasons. I like a very hard magic system. So if you guys know about FMA, Full Metal Alchemist, the way supernatural abilities or magic works is every race, every species, like the Dev humans. Well, Dev don't really have any abilities, but humans, Ispoliad, and have like all my different races. I have a race called the Aluka. I have another race called the Etin. They and Finfolk and Bremen. They all have their own abilities. The magic is based on their species. Right. So it makes things more complicated, but I think it also makes sense scientifically. And for humans and Ispoliad, their power is elemental power. So it's kind of like if you took the sort of elemental like bending from Avatar to The Last Airbender and mashed it with FMA, like the alchemy circles of FMA, and that's what rune casting is. So humans and that's most of the magic that you see is from because humans and Ispoliad are most of my like main characters. So you see that it's like elemental rune casting, and I thought that was really cool from the start. So I was like, oh, I want people to like draw a rune like something that almost looks like a Viking rune and magic happens. So I extrapolated from that idea. I forgot what the question was, but
oh, that's beautiful. So how many pages is this book?
Oh, this book is 72 pages.
Yes.
Might be 2 more, but it's a big book, and I'm going to have a lot of extra content in the back. It should be like at least 80 pages total, 72 story pages. And it's all penciled out. I'm halfway through with the inks. I haven't really gotten more done in the past month because I've been busy promoting it. And I promised people to do some covers for some really awesome books. And it's just like promotion is I'm focusing on promotion right now, but yeah, we're making good progress, and my colorist is like catching up to me on the half of the inks that are done. So that's good because I like to have a good chunk of it done before I launch.
Right, and this is called Chapter 2 Origins, right? Is this a standalone thing, or do you need to read the first issue to understand this one?
I don't think you need to. I think it would probably make more sense if you did. So that's why I have a catch-up perk where you can get both books for a discount. But with the way you want to write a comic, every chapter could be somebody's first comic. So I have like an introduction at the beginning, and the back cover has the story summary on it. So you don't need to read what happened before, but I mean, obviously I feel like it would be great if people did, because then you experience what happened instead of just reading a summary.
Right. So
but yeah, my story, my story is a long form story. It's at least like 16 books.
Wow.
It's yeah, it's long, so it's not very episodic. I think like the way I break it down is I make sure every chapter has like a beginning, middle, and end. It feels like you want it to feel like a story, and every chapter I try to focus on one character arc, and like I solve a problem from beginning to end, and that forwards the story in the overall scheme of things. But it is long form storytelling, and I think it's different in Europe because European comics there's a lot of long form storytelling, and they have these big books where, at least the French market, that they do like one volume a year. But in America, it's, and this is my problem with publishers too. They don't want long form things. They don't, especially from a newish creator, they don't really trust you. So they want you to pitch like short stories, and you're supposed to like work your way up to being able to do a long form epic thing. And I was just like, nah, I just want to do what I want.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, I feel there's not enough epic fantasy long form comics.
Yes. So it's not ending on a cliffhanger like Alex states here.
Not this one. Some others might. And then you'll hate me.
Comics Mate, hello Dean. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. So you do everything digital? You draw digitally?
Yeah. For these interiors. Sometimes, some other stuff I draw traditionally. I'm trying to draw traditionally more, but these are digital.
Right. It looks beautiful. It looks fantastic. A lot of pages here, guys. You can check it out. The link is in description. So Ian is also dropping links.
Thank you, Thoyin. Yeah. Oh, and again, I'm just gonna pimp the website again. The website fiendishcomic.com. If you have not seen this project and you're looking at this lovely campaign page, that's my website. But yeah, you can just click.
That's all one. Linked. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all linked. I have everything like conveniently linked because I'm a professional. I have a preview, like a 20-page preview on the Fiendish website, because I just wanted to put it out there for free and let you read the story and get a feel for what it is, and see if you like it, which I am confident you will. So check it out.
Right. All right. Let's quickly take a look at your perks. You need to go soon to your convention, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So let's take a look. Give me everything.
Yeah, so to give me everything is, well, it's pretty straightforward. It's everything in the campaign except for the original art. I had this original art perk. Do I have any next to me? No, they're over there. Okay, screw it. But I do, there's a picture later further down. I do wood burning, so I like I use like a heated nib to burn drawings onto wood and leather. And for chapter 1, I did like little demon portraits on little wood plaques. That was one of the perks you can get, and people seem to really like it. So instead of sketch cards, I basically decided, well, let me just do these wood burning plaques, because that's unique, and it helps me and my campaign stand out. But anyway, so the giving me everything is everything except that, and that includes the 24-hour cover. That was for the first 24 hours that you can't get anymore unless you buy this big fat perk. And you can then also the limited the Red Valkyrie cover that I usually take down. I usually hide it. But if you buy the Give Me Everything, because it's Give Me Everything, those are included. And I have, so that's chapter 1 of the comic. Chapter 2, both covers, my cover and the Boob Dan cover, the black and white variant, 24-hour variant, and the Red Valkyrie variant. I have 2 standees, so I like to, where are my standees? I'm a mess. Where did it go? I thought I had a little standee right here. Well, anyways, I'm just a mess today. Anyways, I make like these little plastic standees, and there's 2 of those, and then I also have an art book. So it's a lot of stuff. Oh, and a map. Stuff. I have a world map.
And a world map. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. There you have. Let me see the classic. That's this cover, right? That's the classic.
Yeah. I want to keep it really simple. Yes. So the way the campaign is structured is, I've given you everything. You can get the variant covers, the Catch Me Out, which is chapter 1 with my classic cover for chapter 2. So, and a lot of people got that. New customers or people who just want the new cover for chapter 1. And I have a bulk retailer perk, which is 10 copies of the book at a discount, and that's it. And I have like everything else, all the standees, the world map. You can get it as an add-on for any of these perks. I don't know if I'll do that again. It might make my shipping person cry because it's really complicated if you have a lot of add-ons to ship. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see.
Wow. All right, guys, that's over 70 pages for $25. It ships worldwide. So if you're from Europe, no problem. Awesome. It looks awesome. Let me just refresh. You never know. It's something that we do. Hey, you got a new backer. You got a new backer.
Woo! Thank you.
Yes. Hell yeah. Hey, come on, baby. Come on. Yes. Come on. Ah! Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
I feel I'm selling meth. That's how happy I am. That was terrible.
Yeah. Okay, it's fantastic campaign, fantastic book. I won't keep you much longer. You have a busy day. So I want to remind everyone, please, if you come back it, just share it, talk about it. And while you're at it, you can still back Perfect 10 issue 3. Well, we're working on it. Amazing comic. And American Bliss Father's Pride Part 1 is launching in 2 weeks. So you can still sign up right now for some free extra stuff. Okay.
Cool. I wanted to tell you that I really like the art on your campaigns, especially Perfect 10.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Power Rodriguez is fantastic.
Super good looking book. So back those books, everybody.
Thank you so much. Irene, I want to thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we could have
it's
talked
great talking
much.
To you.
We could have talked much longer, maybe some other time. I wish you a lot of luck on your convention.
Thanks.
Right. And special thanks to the chat for everyone who showed up and who watched and who commented, and for your questions and for sharing and for liking. Thank you again. I'll be back tomorrow for the regular episode of A Drink with Brink, and my guest is Matt Krotz. So I hope to see you guys then, right?
Nice. All right. Thanks again, and have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.